Um, and like I said, there's just something where you kind of can just know if somebody is legitimate, you know? It's a feeling that you get. It's just a sense that you get, you know?
Hi, everyone. Susan Kerbick. That never gets old. No legitimate medium would do that, right? So, what I'm going to do today is I am going to re-show a video that I've already shown back in 2023. It's over a year old. I just rewatched it. I think it holds up really well. It's an older style. I think it looks exactly the same, even though it's from October of 2023. And so 2 years now, right? Yeah, so almost. And the reason why I want to share it again is because the video that it's about just came back up onto my feed again, a suggested video. And it's a video from 7 years ago. It has about 170,000 views. And when I made my video talking about it, it had 120 something thousand views. So it's gained about 40,000 views or so in the time since in 2 years. And it's distressing because this video that I'm going to talk about, it's a Thomas John video. It's called Psychic Medium Thomas John Blind Reading Demonstration, and it's on the Thomas John YouTube channel. And its comments are turned off. So I wrote an article about this for Skeptical Inquirer. You can find it in the links below this video. And I made my video about it. And I think it's very clear what is actually happening. I don't need to explain it any better. As I said, I just rewatched the video. I think it's very clear. The thing is that my video only got 268 views, which is a good video for me, I guess. And it's distressing because I want to keep it fresh about what you're about to see, because their video has got 200,000 views, almost 200,000 views, 170,000 views. And there's no way you can't even comment on the video. So it's just frustrating to think that people are going to see his video and it looks legit, guys. It really does. It looks like he's participating in a double blind, single blind demonstration until you watch me break it down and you can see what actually is going on. So I want to put that out for you. And like I said, I don't think there's anything I need to change except the very end of my video. I'm going to paste in here. It talks about how I'm about to go to Australia and New Zealand to do a conference and to CSICon. Yeah, that was October and November of 2023. I haven't been back to Australia and New Zealand since then. I'm going to be going to West Virginia and I'll be going to Vegas in October, but I'm not going out of the country in 2025. Oh, wait, I did go. I went to Germany. So today I'm recording this September 24th, 2025. And I just want to reshare this. Let me think if there's anything else I need to tell you. I don't think so. I think that, yeah, this is the demonstration he says he did. And Thomas John's business has really been impacted the last few years. Thank you. You're welcome. The pressure and the information we've been getting out there all over the place. And not only the Wikipedia article, the New York Times article, and everything else. But he's not helping himself at all, because what he's doing is he's going to, what's it called? He's getting readings, he's taking money for readings, but he's not showing up for the readings, and he's constantly rebooking, or he's yelling at people, and it's just really awful and ugly. So people have a really hard time getting a reading from him. He's on TikTok a lot, from what I understand. I think he's still showing up on Facebook sometimes. He's blocked me everywhere, and unless I go and purposefully look using a different account, or I have somebody who tells me about it, I don't really notice. But there's so many other psychics out there I've been working on. But I want to make sure to resurface this video about Thomas John and where he says he was tested, for at least another couple hundred people who might watch this and get the information. I've created so many videos on YouTube. I can't expect that people are going to go back and listen to everything that I've done. And so I guess the only way to keep them fresh is to re-release them like Taylor Swift. So comments below. I will add the video. I think I'm going to add one more small thing. Let me see if I can pull it up. There's a video that I mentioned in my video, the one you're about to see, where I read off something and I said, oh, I guess this video has been deleted. Good thing I have a copy of it and I wrote this all down. I can't seem to find that video. I have so much stuff and they're all in folders as the psychic, but there's just so much. And I did lose a hard drive at one point where I did something really stupid, and so it might have been on that hard drive. I don't know. I just decided not to go ahead and try to find it and spending more time trying to find it. Let me pull this up.
I don't know because I've never tried to find out stuff about this. I don't really know, but I don't know.
This video I'm about to show you is 16 seconds long. I've shown it many times before. It is not the video, or maybe it is the video that I was talking about. Let me see. I don't quite remember.
I don't know because I've never gone and, tried to find out stuff about somebody, so I don't really know. But, I imagine that there's things out there like, people's names, or I don't know. There's probably stuff I guess you could find out about people, but, no legitimate medium would ever do that.
No legitimate medium would ever do that. All right. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Comments below and watch the rest of the video. Take care, everyone. In May 18th of 2018, Thomas John was tested, double blind tested, and he was amazing, just amazing. He posted a video of it, and it is phenomenal. And then he woke up. So this video, which has been viewed 128,223 times, was posted May 18th, 2018 on his channel. And it says, I will show you what it says. We're not going to look at this right now, but I will show you what it says. Thomas John did a completely blind reading to demonstrate how a true psychic medium can connect with spirit and no information whatsoever on the sitter. In this video, Thomas reads a sitter chosen by a third party. The third party arranged the reading, which was done via Zoom. Thomas did not have the sitter's name, telephone number, email address, or any other information. The sitter was not aware of who the medium would be. He's accomplished, blah, 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 blah. And note, comments are turned off. What a coward. Coward, I tell you. So he put this video out. I did write an article about it. It's in this one called Thomas John Revisited from June 4th, 2019. I will include this and a link to Thomas John's video in the show notes for this if you want to go through all of them in detail. But let's talk about this. Okay, so Thomas John wrote, let's put this so that I can read this better. let's see here. He made a Facebook Live video. I guess I should have pulled that up, but I didn't. It appears the video. It appears the video was pulled down. Good thing I have a copy of the video. Okay, so I have a copy of this video somewhere, this Facebook Live, where Thomas makes these statements. I quote, "Since my reputation is being attacked, I want to talk about what can't be attacked. There's a YouTube video online, which I'm sure this woman, meaning me, will probably find and try to deconstruct and spend hours of her time doing. But anyways, that's fine. But there is a blind reading I did online. I told a woman very specific things, the realm of somebody Googled me, somebody went on Facebook, somebody called my mother. Well, that's all taken out because I didn't know anything about her. I didn't even know her first name. So that's taken out. So it was a blind reading." And then he says, "I have a 95% accuracy rate." You know, if there's any kind of numbers involved, that's like making a claim. We can check that, right? Okay, then he says, "I go on to say categorically, no, I do not Google people. No, I do not research people. No, I do not go into people's obituaries. I do not go on to ancestry.com. No, I do not go to the graveyards the night before the readings. All of this is nut job stuff." Well, that's telling me. Then he goes on and he says, "Skeptics cannot run their own experiments, okay? They can't be sitters. We need unbiased testing. As psychics, we need to be open to being tested." And I couldn't agree more. The psychics should be open to being tested, right? All right, so let's start really quick first with the statement that he does not Google people. And then I'm going to spend hours on this. Well, I'm not going to spend hours on it. So here's a screenshot from a video he did. It was a video that we had to purchase because it was one of his training videos for one of his mediums. In the video, just like I'm doing right now, I'm talking to you from my desktop. If I wanted to, I could show you, I could share screen and go right to Google, and you would see everything that is on my screen, correct? That I had up. And if I type into Google something, then you're going to see my past search results. And if I shared my desktop or my email to you and I'm recording and I don't go back and remove that bit, then anybody watching the video later, like myself or my team, can just pause the video and see what was on his screen. And that's exactly what we did. So this is a little blurry, but I have a better example for it, but I'm going to show you this really quick. Here's Thomas John. Here he is talking blah, 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 blah about karma and Lord knows crystals. And I don't know what he was talking about at the time. And then he goes over to Google, sharing his desktop, and he starts typing. And it's hard to see right here. Like I said, it's really blurry. And I've written about this many times. It's in the article. And I've done a video that shows this clip. So there's no problem with it. Google alert on his own name. And then it has these other people that he's Googled their obituaries. This is Holly Meiser obituary from Winnemucca, Illinois. Here's Phyllis Hubry obituary, Racine, Wisconsin, and the newspaper it appears in. He's not psychic, because otherwise he would have known I'd be looking for this kind of stuff. Anyway, the video, should you be interested, is on my YouTube channel, the same one you're watching right now. And it is, pulling it up right now. Here we go. I'm not going to share, I'm not going to show you all of it. You can look this up. Here's what it looks like. It's called Seatbelt Psychic, Thomas John Busted Again. Thomas John, whoops, busted. What are you looking at? What you're looking at? And the video, that's what the screenshot looks like. And I got my silly hat on. It was cold. It's back in the early days when I started this channel. And it shows him on the screen talking, you know, and then here comes his desktop. And so,
You're such a good listener, Thomas. It makes me feel so special. You are special.
okay, so I will share that article. I will share that video, and I will share all this other information with you in the box underneath this video. Should you want to watch it, it's interesting. So, okay, so Thomas John does this double-blind reading demonstration. Okay, is it a double-blind reading, Thomas John? Is it a demonstration? What is it? And multiple times, I mean, just over and over and over on his October 22nd. Oh, wait, no, that's my, just made today's October 22nd. Boy, on his social media, he starts sharing these posts, and I'll show you what this post looks like. And he's really badly wants people to watch this video and see his double-blinded demonstration. Could you guys do me a favor? Could you click share on this link below so that it shares on your page? This will help people see the video. And it's about this double-blind demonstration that he does. Okay, how a true psychic medium can connect with spirit with no information whatsoever of the sitter. So he shares that over and over and over and over this post. I don't know if he's trying to get my attention, to make sure I looked at that video. Like I said, he did that Facebook Live that he deleted, saying, you know, that Susan Gerbeck is probably, well, he didn't say my name. He doesn't like to say my name anymore. One time he posted something and did not share my name. And what ended up happening, all his followers were like, oh, how awful that these people are picking on you, these evil skeptics, and blah, 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 blah. How dare somebody do this kind of thing? And what ended up happening, he gets like 1,000 comments. But in time, what happens is his followers start figuring out who he's talking about. And then they go over and they say, is it this person, Susan Gerbeck? And they start sharing my posts, and they share the articles, and they're like, oh, this person, she looks really evil. Oh my gosh, how awful. But they're continuing to share the posts and mention who I am. And I'm watching this. And then I start getting private messages from his fans saying, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Oh my gosh, I'm reading your article now. Oh man, you know, so it's like, you know, Thomas John, please share me more on your Facebook page. Please share my name, or don't share my name. Your followers will figure it out. Oh man. Okay, so let's do this video. Now, I'm not going to go into great depth on this video because I will explain in a minute. Let me pull it up here. So Thomas John, let me set this up. This is Brian Smith from Helping Parents Heal, which is one of those organizations of people who are made up of parents who are going through great grief, and they believe that that you should contact the dead. Mediums will contact the dead and help you get over your grief. That's their thing. That sets them apart from a lot of the other grief groups. Is this one, at least this online one, is trying to they think mediumship is going to help out. So Thomas John is closely associated with this man at this time, Brian Smith. Brian Smith I've talked to multiple times afterwards. He's now unfriended me because I kept calling him out to do something about this Thomas John character. And he's like, oh, no, man, hey, I don't have anything to do with him anymore. I haven't worked for him for a couple of years. But remember, I can still see Facebook under different Facebook profiles. And, you know, they think they're being smart. They don't understand that
we are recording.
We have all kinds of, I have many people doing this, and they have, since they're not psychic, they don't know who we are. Now, Brian Smith is not psychic. He doesn't pretend to be psychic. He's just full on in the psychic world. And you can read about him and his motivation of why he does that. I'm not going to go into it right here. Okay. I'm going to show you the beginning of this, and then we'll talk. Okay. That's all I'm going to do. This is a Zoom reading. Now they're on this Zoom reading. Now listen to what they say, and then let's talk about this.
All right, we are recording. My name is Brian Smith, and with me today are Thomas John and Fran. And What we're doing today is an experiment, a demonstration actually, of Thomas' ability. And I'm just here to facilitate, so I will not be taking part in the reading. I'm just going to introduce you guys and let you go. But I do want to certify that I was the one that chose the sitter. The sitter is unknown to Thomas. Thomas has had no contact with the sitter. The sitter did not know who the medium was until just about 5 minutes ago when she signed on to the Zoom call, so there was no possibility of contact between the two of them. Fran is the sitter today. Fran has agreed to be recorded for this and agreed to allow us to use the recording, again, to demonstrate Thomas' ability. So with that, I'm going to step aside. I will not be participating. You guys do your thing, and then afterwards, Fran and I will talk.
Okay, great. All right. Hello, Fran. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. So, have you, yes or no, have you ever had a reading ever before? Have you ever had any sort of reading at all?
Yes, I have.
So I am, as Brian explained, I'm a medium. I am also a psychic, and so I also do pick up things sometimes psychically as well. But I'm really going to try to stay in the zone of mediumship, which will be really connecting with your loved ones and seeing, messages that they have for you and guidance that they have for you. So that's how I'm going to sort of try to do this, but I may sometimes slip into the psychic realm. And if I do, I'll try to, kind of just, you can even kind of alert me about that and we'll go.
We don't need to watch any more of that at all. Because what happens in that little clip that I gave you, which you maybe, since you're followers of this channel, and I hope that you are following this channel and you're participating in the community that we're developing, leave comments. I'm happy to answer all the comments I possibly can. And other people are able to share their feedback of what they hear. Okay. As I said, I'm going to put this up in the description of this video that you're watching right now. But what I want you to notice is he knows her name, and it's unusual. It's Fran, F-R-A-N, but he knows her name. She did not know who he was until 5 minutes before when she signed on, and then she saw who the medium would be. 5 minutes is an eternity in Thomas John's world, especially when he's extremely motivated to prove something, to show this is something he's got to get right. He's got 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes is more than enough time for him to find Fran and to find her grief, enough detail that he'll be able to repeat it back to her. And I know this because we did it. It's not hard. Brian Smith says, I am the one who chose this person. Thomas John doesn't know who she is, and she doesn't know who Thomas John is, but I chose her. So all we did is we went to Brian Smith's Facebook page. I went to his friends list and I looked for the name. There's a little search thing that comes up in the friends list. You can type in the word Fran, and Fran did not show up. But what I did is I clicked on, or maybe it's one of my team members. I don't remember. It's been so long, but one of us on my team, they went to Brian Smith's wife's page, which is linked to Brian Smith. We went to her page, clicked on friends, went to the search bar, typed in the word Fran. There she is. Boom. I mean, her picture even matches who she is. That was how long did it take me to explain it to you? That's how long it took. Then once we have her Facebook page, you just click on her Facebook page and there is all the grief. So he goes on to talk about how this woman has a daughter who's died. She died during, I think, a surgery, and she's suing, and the mother is suing the doctors. There's newspaper articles. I think there's a GoFundMe. There's multiple things happening with this. And Thomas John just reads it all off to her because of course he did. So I didn't need to spend hours figuring this out. My team and I figured this out in minutes. But as I said, I'm not going to go into great depth and show you what he said because he just told her whatever was on her Facebook page. So when it's all over, Brian Smith asks her, what'd you think of all that? And she said she was blown away. I have never been with a person that got everything right on every single thing. There's no way. And then Brian Smith says, okay, I'm going to get in touch with his wife's name so she can get the video to you of what we just did. As he says, I don't have your social media, but my wife does. So I'll get you this video of the recording we just did. That's it. It's so simple, you guys. So the video has been up for 5 years. He's got the comments turned off because he does not want anybody to challenge him. He doesn't want anybody to find the link to the article I wrote for Skeptical Inquirer with all the details in it. In June 4th, 2019, he doesn't want anybody to get that information in a place where somebody might find that article. This video you're watching right now, he absolutely, positively, 100% does not want anybody to see. If you put it on his Facebook page or anywhere like that, I'm sure you're just going to end up getting banned. Probably wants people to forget about it. No, it looks like a fine video for somebody who's not thinking about the 5 minutes he had. They say, there's no way he could find all that much information in 5 minutes. You're right. He'd only needed like 2. And Thomas John doesn't have to do it himself. No. He could have somebody sitting right here next to him, off screen. He could have 2 people sitting right here, off screen. And while Thomas John is killing time talking to her about, have you ever had a medium reading before? And here's how I work. I do this. And I try to stay within the mediumship range, but I might slip into the psychic range, and who knows, I might. Okay, so, and after Brian Smith mentions who he is, we're at 7 or 8 minutes before any information is given to the Fran. All his friend does on his phone off to the side is do exactly what I just said. And then he just needs to write it on a piece of paper in big, large letters. Daughter, died in surgery, how old she was, what her name was, where it was, what year, doctors, suing doctors, whatever it is he tells her in the video. You guys can watch it. I'm not going to rewatch it. But whatever he tells her in the video, they just have to make those little, like I said, just a piece of paper, just, maybe large letters, with a big Sharpie so that he can see it, put it in front of him. So when Thomas John is doing the reading, he just says, I'm getting a daughter who's coming through. Her name sounds like, oh, it's this. And she was very young, and he's just glancing down at the piece of paper, or they could be sending it to him through Messenger if they're watching over Messenger. But I think it's more likely the person's in the room, or Thomas John could have done it himself. This is not how scientific studies, demonstrations, double blinding works at all. This is totally misunderstanding how something is studied or how a double blind reading is done. None of this makes any sense. It's just sound scientific to convince people who are trying to find reasons to believe that he is in contact with their dead family members, and they want to believe. Sorry, gang. It wasn't some long 2-hour investigation trying to figure this out. No. I just showed he Googles people. I showed you. Googles obituaries, even though he says he didn't. He never does. I never said he went to graveyards. the night before reading. Come on now. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your comments. I get so many wonderful comments from you guys. It keeps me going, keeps me doing more videos. And I am about to go away for a week to a conference called PsyCon in Las Vegas. And I probably will be away. And that's why I've been trying to get a lot of videos done so that you guys would have some, here's stuff to watch. You can get caught up. I'll be back for a couple weeks, and then I'm off to a conference in New Zealand, Skeptics Conference in there, and lectures, and then a conference in Australia and a couple lectures over there where I'll be talking about psychic mediums. So we'll see how much information I'm able to get out there to this channel. Maybe I'll get a video or two out. These are things I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So please subscribe, please comment, please like, please share. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys.